Let's talk about how to register for classes at the upcoming Fiber and Fabric Craft Festival. FFCF is a brand new consumer show coming to Chicago this April 2026. It's going to feature fabric, quilting, garments, yarn, all the fiber and fabric things that you can possibly imagine. My name is Holly, a Knight of String and Story, and it's my job to guide you to quilt with confidence. I'm on the faculty at FFCF, and I'm going to be teaching in the Handy Quilter classroom, and I want to make sure you know how to sign up for my classes. So let's take a look at this website together. Now, I am at fiberfabriccraft.com, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think the registration process is confusing. That's why I'm making a video about it. When you first come to the homepage, you're actually going to see a yellow pop-up that's going to have a big ticket or a big button that says Get Tickets Now. If you are ready to start the registration process, you can click that button. Otherwise, you can exit out and view the website as a whole. Now, it is very important to note that up here on the top right, there are three obvious buttons. Only one of them will allow you to actually register and buy tickets for the event. If you are looking for information, if you are planning out your schedule, if you're wanting to see who is teaching and what classes they have, you will utilize these two buttons on the far right. The class schedule and the speaker list are exactly as they describe, but there is no add to cart button from either of those buttons. If you are ready to register for classes, you are going to click Ticket on Sale, and that will take you to this page. When you come over to this page, you're going to see a little bit of information about the show itself. And as you can see from the numbers at the top, there are several steps ahead of you. We're going to go step by step so that you kind of know what to expect. As you scroll down, there's going to be information about the pricing of being able to buy your tickets to attend the event. That's going to be the passes. And then the prices for the different educational sessions. There are a few packages available as well if you want to deep dive into those. And as you scroll down, once again, there's going to be several obvious buttons across your screen. The first two buttons, Instructor List and Sessions List, are exactly as the buttons on the homepage. They will take you to an informational list. There is no way to add classes to your cart from either of these buttons. The third button is only to buy passes to attend the show. There is no registration for classes from this button. The fourth button is for group tickets. If a guild, group, etc. wanted to buy tickets together, I'm going to assume if you're watching this video that that probably doesn't apply to you. At this point, if you're going, oh my gosh, Holly Ann, I just want to sign up for some freaking classes already, you are asking the correct question and having the appropriate amount of frustration. Don't worry though, I know the next step. If you are here because you both want to buy a pass to attend the show and you want to go to a class, you need to scroll down and fill out this form. It's very simple to get started. You're going to put in your email address, your first name, your last name, and your phone number. Then, this is important, you're going to click I am not a robot. And you will have to do two reCAPTCHAs, okay? Then you must also click the continue button. So when you finish that second reCAPTCHA, it's not going to automatically load the page. You have to then click continue, okay? Now you're going to arrive on this page. Congratulations, you've actually made it to where you can sign up for classes. The hardest part is done, okay? If you've made it to this page, you're doing great. The first thing you need to do is you need to decide what ticket you want for attending the show. These first two at the top are those packages that we saw on the first page. If either of those appeal to you, you will check that box. Then right below, you have your regular day passes. Okay, remember, these were called passes on the previous page. Here they're called tickets. They're the same thing. A one-day marketplace ticket allows you to attend the Fiber and Fabric Craft Festival for one day. The three-day marketplace ticket is your three-day pass, okay? You must select one of those options from this red bar, okay? Then you can select your classes. These pop down and you'll be able to select. If you have gotten to this point and you don't actually want to sign up for classes, you just click this button that says no classes for me in order to skip ahead. When you go to select classes, you hit that little plus and it pops open, and it is the list that goes on for 1 million years. This is where those informational pages from earlier in this video that I mentioned might be helpful, because if you already know the days and times of what you want to take, you can simply scroll down and check boxes as you go. I am going to recommend, if you're registering for my classes, that you say filter by speaker, and you're going to scroll down until you see my name. which is a surprisingly long way because these do not appear to be in any obvious alphabetical order. And we're going to hope I didn't miss myself because it's possible that I did. I'm seeing all my friends. Let's see. There we are. So you're going to scroll down until you see me. You're going to scroll back up to close this menu, and then you can see My Classes. If you would like to register for one of these, you will check the box next to one or more classes that you wish to register for, and then you will hit Continue. Once you hit Continue, you're going to continue through the steps that are listed here at the top of the page. So there's going to be a few more questions and add-ons on page 3. You'll have the opportunity to invite a friend on page 4, and then you will pay and get your confirmation and everything down here towards the end. I also have to select my marketplace ticket in order for all of these to show, right? So if I've selected here, then I can hit continue and the page will load. And at this point, you can see, hopefully it's showing for you. Once I hit that continue, essentially what's going to happen is I need to create a password so that I can log back into my registration in the future. And up in that top menu, it has added the option of payment. So up here, it adds an option for payment in between. I don't remember if it was in between 3 and 4 or in between 4 and 5. But the most important part is getting to this page, filling out the form, and clicking continue. I hope that this has been helpful so that you understand how to navigate the Fiber and Fabric Craft Festival website. If you have been looking for an opportunity to take, now I've ended up back at the instructor list. Who knows how we got there? Thought I was going home. It wasn't going home. Here we go, back to the home page. If you have been looking for an opportunity to take long arm quilting classes with me, this show is a great opportunity. Handy Quilter is doing an incredible classroom setup for us that we are going to have Handy Quilter Amaras on classroom frames that we can quilt together, doing both free motion quilting and ruler quilting. And then I'm also teaching a Dogwood Blossoms pillow class. We're going to be on the Handy Quilter domestic machines in the morning doing some piecing. I'm going to talk to you about one of my very favorite units, the triangle in a square unit, using my own Tri-Rex ruler. We're going to get that block pieced together, and then in the afternoon, we will use the long arm both to quilt the block and to turn it into an easy envelope back to throw pillow. I hope this has been helpful so that you understand where to click in order to get registered for FFCF, and I hope that I see you in Chicago. Bye for now.